We are live. This is day 3. Let's let everyone come in. Let's also just do what we need to do in sharing this and getting this out there. And here we go. No, still not live on there yet. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's day 3 of an incredible week. It's been an amazing couple of days yesterday, particularly. Good morning, everyone. Just got one more place to share this, and then we will be on with this broadcast, because I know that a lot of you, your time is valuable, and we want to share this now in a group. One more place. Here we go. So put it in there for the amazing My365 community. We have shared it. Good morning, everyone. We have got some amazing announcements coming up for you guys in the next week or so. Look, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Gillian. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Jolene. Good morning, Vernon. Look at everyone firing in here this morning. If you haven't shared this, guys, bottom left-hand corner, share it. I know some of you religiously share every single day, you know, and maybe some of your friends, I think, wow, you've joined some sort of cult. You're going to be taken over by, I'm sure some of you already heard that. Some people need to get educated to understand, first of all, what the word cult means. It's even when I hear that word, I think, whoa, what are you going to do to me? The word cult comes from culture. And that's what we're doing. We're creating a culture. We're creating a culture here for you to create the life that you want. You know, you create the life by design. And for many of us, we probably realize we are not who we want to be. Look at all these new people here that have come and joined us here this morning. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Jackie. Great to see you. Good morning, Simon. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Eddie McAvoy, thank you very much for sharing. It was great to see you on the weekend. So let's get stuck in. This is an incredibly powerful week. Yesterday we were talking about what is driving you. So we know, just using the car analogy, that what fuel can you put in a car? Well, you can put in petrol, you can put in diesel, you can put electricity into the car, and it makes the car move forwards. What about us? What are we putting inside us to make ourselves move forwards? Now, for many of us, it probably won't come as a surprise that what is driving many of us forwards is fear, worry, doubt, stress. But fear is really, if you think, it's the mother of all real negative emotions. Now, just because I call it negative, it doesn't mean it's always bad. Sometimes it's a good idea to be frightened. Sometimes it's a good idea. And sometimes it's a good idea to be anxious. It can drive you into doing something. But for many of us, if we think about what is the predominant energy that moves us through the world, and it's way too much fear. So out of fear, there comes worry, stress, anxiety, sadness, depression, jealousy. In many of these cases, that is where all these emotions come from. And let's face it, most of us, how many of us genuinely feel really good about ourselves? We think, you know what, I'm a great person, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm so happy to be me. No, most people, they've got this itch. It's the itch of, I'm just not quite right the way that I am. And that's, if you like, what the world, almost the Western world or the consumer world or capitalism, if you like, wants. It wants us to feel not quite good enough, so then we go and buy something that we don't need. So we're never truly happy where we are. We're always driven toward something. And for many of us, we're drawn away from a past that we didn't very much like. That was very much like me. For many years, I didn't think I was good enough. I thought I was stupid. I thought I was ugly. So I was moving away from a past. I didn't like that, but I didn't really know where I was going. But you and I know that there's something inside us that knows there's more. So we look at drive. There's 3 types of drive. There's drive 1.0, drive 2.0, drive 3.0. Drive 1.0 was the drive that was survival instinct. Thousands of years ago, you didn't need a drive to drive you forwards to go and buy a house, because you didn't buy houses, you'd make a house. So it was all about survival. In the 19th century and the 20th century, in order to get people to get us to do things for other people, there was another type of drive, which is the carrot and stick, which is, if you do this, if you tidy your room, we'll give you some pocket money. If you do your homework, we'll give you some sweets. If you go to work and you do your job, we'll pay you. So that's the carrot. And then the stick is, if you don't do that, you'll lose your job. If you don't do that, you won't get a sweet. If you don't do, and we're kind of driven by this carrot and stick, carrot and stick, carrot and stick. And we can get so much out of ourselves, but for us to really realize the potential that we have, that kind of doesn't work. And that's why most of us feel that there's something missing. And that's why, in order to create the intrinsic drive, what the inspired drive, remember the word inspired means to breathe, but also to breathe life into something. For you to breathe life into something that gives you autonomy, which we'll look at in a minute, autonomy, mastery, and also purpose. These are the three things. You could write those three things down this morning, and we can work on them. But what's really important is that when we share this, when we share this information with people, it's very easy for you to go, oh no, he's so right, and I've wasted so much of my time, and oh dear, and it's not, you know, which is what a lot of people do, rather than going, okay, this is useful information, what am I going to do with it? Because we can't go back. All we can do today is decide how we move forwards. And before we move forwards, I want to give a massive shout out. Yesterday we had the most amazing news. 6 years ago, my wife was diagnosed with a very serious brain tumor. She was given 18 months to live. 6 years on, we were with the oncologist yesterday, and you know they can't detect any cancer in her brain, and it's a miracle. Now we are very fortunate, we're very lucky, and thank you so much for all of you that have supported us. Now, the reason I tell you this, first of all, to say thank you, but also to tell you, look, this was a big test for her and for me. Different tests. For me, it was a test to find an answer, to find a solution, and also to stay positive. And it's been difficult the last 2 weeks. Has been waiting to see the oncologist. We are very fortunate. We are very lucky. Now, again, the reason I tell you this is when Hannah was very sick many years ago, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I called a couple of doctors who I know very well, and one of them said, find people that are still alive, find out what they did. And the other thing they said is, what is she going to do when she gets better? Now, we didn't think about her getting better. We just didn't want her to die. So it was getting her to a point. That's what happens when you go to the doctor. The doctor, you're not well. The doctor doesn't want you to be super well, like really happy, really healthy, full of life, full of everything. If you want that, the doctor can't help you with that. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't really know anything about nutrition. Some doctors do, but most doctors, they just know how to get you to a certain point. So we knew how to get to a certain, we were very lucky. We found a way. But now our life is much geared about, okay, where do we want to go? And creating a vision of our life, and then recognizing what do we need to do today in order to create the life? What can we do today? Autonomy. And this is what I want you to think about. Autonomy means it's you. You decide when you do something. You decide the techniques that you use. You decide the tasks. Now, some of you have got a job. You might not be able to always do this, but you're not always working. Some of you might have commitments outside of, but you can still do things that give you your own autonomy. In fact, when we got our first scan result, I'll never forget Hannah going, yay, I did that. Because she did. She took the autonomy. She decided to go through the treatment and all the pain that she had to go through, which was really quite challenging. But it was her. She can own it. And that's what I want all of you to do, to own your own personal development. Does this make sense? It's yours. It's your life. You decide to do it. And don't blame circumstances. Don't blame feelings. Don't say, I don't feel like it. What are feelings like got to do with it if you want something enough? Now, this obviously is me speaking to you for 10 to 15 minutes. And, you know, it's great, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep being here for you as you work this stuff out. That's why every day at 7 o'clock, come in, tune in. Let's go to work on you creating that better version of yourself. Now, many of you know we have My 365 Elite, which is for those of you that want to go a little bit deeper and have access to some of my greatest material that I've put together, which I've been up at 4 o'clock this morning working on the 2 next master classes for you guys. Anyway, so autonomy, you being in control, you deciding what it is that you want to work on. And then mastery. Mastery is something that is frowned upon in society today. So we haven't got time to master anything. But you look great people like Roger Federer or anyone in life, they have to master things. And mastery often means pain. What does that mean? The pain to get yourself to actually do something that you know that you need to do. This morning, for me to do my yoga practice, my meditation, it's only about 30 minutes of 24 hours in the day, but getting myself to do it, it's often quite uncomfortable to do it. But when I finish doing it, the sense that I get, the intrinsic, you know, like I did this. So today, all of you do 2 or 3 things that give you a real sense of intrinsic satisfaction, intrinsic motivation, intrinsic pleasure. but not to do the things that you do them and afterwards you regret doing them, like drinking too much alcohol or smoking a cigarette. Or if you're going to do those things, make sure you at least enjoy them and don't beat yourself up. Find joy in the enjoyment. And third is the purpose. Remember, the autonomy, the mastery, and the purpose. We will look at purpose tomorrow because it's such a big subject. Who's excited right now about continuing to work on yourself? This is something we are evolving together, all of you, showing up every day, going to work on you. And this is stuff that people need to know. This is stuff that in Finland, I'm sure they're going to start teaching kids in school. Because in school, we teach children that you're not right the way that you are, and you need to get these qualifications in order for you to be someone, to get these qualifications that in most cases, once you've learned, you never use it again. That we kind of, and it's the same with you. I'm someone who has read all of these books pretty much, and loads, and written some, and I just want to give you the best information to help you create an unbelievable life. This is your life. Every time we do something, we do it for you to use it, for you to be amazing. So you can look in the mirror one day and say, you know what, I did that. You know what, today I didn't feel like doing that, but I did it. Look how much better you feel. That's why when you exercise, don't exercise to lose weight. If you want to, that's a byproduct. Exercise because you want that sense of achievement. Look what I did. You don't eat less food to lose weight. Eat less food because you want to feel better for eating less food, to feel that self-control of the power that you have, whatever it is. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is your life. You might, and it's yours. It's not anyone else's. Absolutely fired up. I take it this is useful. If you haven't shared this, there's Vespa. Vespa, come here. Vespa, Vespi. She wants to go outside, I'm sure. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate every single one of you. Think about what you can do today to create this amazing life, because, you know, it is an amazing life. And I'm very thankful for all of you tuning in this morning. Vanessa Murray, she's fired up, firing up my Ferrari. Take some notes right now. All of you, I am looking to see your pictures, your progress in pictures. That's why we put this out here for you. We can't do this without you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, I will look at the third part of the intrinsic drive to move you forwards. We've got your autonomy, where it's like you decide how you, it's your time, it's your technique, it's your tasks that you're choosing. The second is all about mastery. That means working on something pretty much every single day, wherever possible, to get better. With mastery, it often takes time. With often mastery is a bit of pain of going through something to get better. Tomorrow we'll look at purpose, which is always, I think we'll spend a week on purpose. I like saying that, a week on purpose. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a fantastic day. And thank you to all the thousands of people that watched the video that we made yesterday with Hannah. I think there's close to 17,000 people have watched that. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. You guys rock it. In fact, hang on. We can go back here. Look, let's do a summary. Say goodbye to you guys. Right, let's just make a quick film on here. Why not? So it is, no, it isn't. Hold your horses. It's day 3. These are some of the great comments. Thank you everyone for showing up here this morning. We've been looking today at helping you create the drive that you want in life. And for most people, what's driving them is fear, worry, doubt, anxiety, sadness. Very few people are driven by a compelling vision of where they are going, where they can have 3 crucial elements in creating that life, which is about their autonomy. Autonomy means it's you. You've decided. Now, obviously, not all of us are able to do that all the time, especially if we have a job, we have other commitments to people. But finding a way of doing things that you enjoy is important, and also mastery. Mastery is frowned upon in society today, but anyone who's achieved anything of any great significance, they didn't do it just overnight. It took time and last purpose, which we'll look at tomorrow. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us here today. We really appreciate all of you, because we couldn't do this art without you. My 365 is about you creating the life that you want today. That was good, wasn't it? Take care, guys. Have a great day. Follow me on Instagram if you like. All the best. My handle on Instagram is PeteCohen_. All the best. Ta-ta for now.